So the firing pin outline is the impression from the firing pin.
Correct.
On the shell casing.
Yes, in the primer, yes.
Okay, it's not a fact about the shell casing. Like when the shell casing is designed, right? It's manufactured, and it is all the shell casings that are manufactured, same caliber, by the same company. Those are all designed with certain specifications, right?
Correct.
Okay. So the statement in these reports about the firing pin outline size is not a statement about the manufacturing standard of the shell casing, right?
No.
It's about the outline that gets left by the firing pin of the weapon.
Correct.
Okay. So that firing pin of the weapon that we saw, right, can leave different sized markings on the same ammunition.
No, so that, again, we'll just go over the firing pin, the tip of the firing pin, right? It's a circular firing pin. When you pull that trigger, the firing pin is hitting that primer. It's detonating that primer. That's what fires that cartridge case.
Sure.
So that firing pin, once it hits that primer, it makes a crater from that pin hitting it. All that is doing there for NIBIN is measuring the crater, so to say. From this point, from the 12 o'clock position to the 6 o'clock position,
Right.
it's just taking that measurement of the crater and the firing pin on that primer.
Right. And then but the measurements it takes from shot to shot using the same weapon and still using nickel primer brass case shell casings left different size impressions from the firing pin.
It could.
Okay, so those are different marks in terms of their size.
Right, but it's not actually physically measuring the firing pin. It's measuring the crater that it hits.
I understand.
Right, the crater that it's causing.
Right, it's measuring the impression on the shell casing.
Yes, the impression
Right.
on the shell casing.
But the impression on the shell casing is the thing that you use to determine if two things are like or if two things are unlike, right?
No, it's not. I'm not looking at the size of the crater of the impression. I'm looking at the tool marks inside that impression.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, do you agree that the same tool, right, fired at the same, relatively the same time, using ammunition of the same composite, can create different sized impressions?
Difference, I get it. I assume it can.
Okay.
But again, you're not talking about the tool marks inside the firing pin impression. The tool marks on the imperfection, the tip of the firing pin. You're talking about the firing pin impression, the crater that it's leaving.
Yes.
On the primer.
Yes, that's right. I am. I'm just trying to make sure that I understand that the same tool fired at the same time with the same ammunition can leave different sized markings.
The crater of the firing pin? Yes.
It's an impression, is it not?
Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
It's a tool mark impression, right?
Correct.
And it's a tool mark impression that can create different sized impressions even when fired at the same time using the same ammunition.
Again, I don't take those measurements.
I'm not saying you do.
Right.
I'm just saying that this is a thing that happens.
Can it vary by thousandths of an inch? Yes.
Okay, well, your microscope, what's its maximum magnification?
It could go up to over 100 times magnification.
Right.
But we're not talking about the same thing right now.
We're not, but when we're talking about 1/100th of an inch.
Jack, at this point, I have to object. This has been asked.
Yeah, he's asked and answered this many different ways, many different times. So you're talking about two different things. If you want to try to specifically ask something, but what you have asked him right now, you have asked him several different ways, and he has answered it the way he's answered it. I'll just leave it that way.
requested the ammunition, the Fiocchi ammunition, right?
I'm not sure if I requested it or if the prosecutor's office had that ammunition
Okay.
and let me know. So I don't recall, sir.
Okay. I think you said yesterday that you were doing these test fires and the ammunition you had wasn't working as well, right?
Yes.
So you were the one that came to that conclusion, right?
Yes.
Like maybe I don't have the right ammunition, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then you look for it at the state police lab, right?
Yes.
Because you want to use state police ammunition if you can, right?
Both. So we use our ammunition, but it's very important to use like ammunition. Yes, sir.
Right, but one of the things you said yesterday was that you don't really like taking ammunition from outside sources.
Correct.
Because you don't know where it's been.
Sure.
And you don't know if it could be damaged or something like that. So it's better to use the ammunition that you have at the armory if you can, right?
Yes, ideally, yes, sir.
Okay. And typically, you said you don't like accepting outside ammunition, right?
Yes, sir.
Unless there was a reason for you to believe that it was reliable and useful, right?
Correct.
Okay. This property receipt that you saw yesterday, S351, it says that the ammunition was requested by you for further testing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does that sound accurate?
If that's what's in my notes, yes, that's accurate then.
Okay. How did you know that the prosecutor's office had that ammunition?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know. Because
I could have asked it, could have requested it from there, because again, it's best to use like ammunition.
But, I mean, in your typical shooting, there's not going to be a box of ammunition lying around at the crime scene, right?
I don't know, sir.
Well, is that typical in your casework that you receive a box of ammunition?
No, sir.
Okay.